And today we have two guests who are going to be doing that on a different scale this coming weekend. So I'm just going to let them tell you all the information. It's Ellie and Mo. I was saying Ellie and Mo. Ellie and Mo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us. So
how about you introduce yourself separately and tell us what you are doing yourselves to be celebrating International Women's Day.
Ladies first.
Oh, okay. Muhoya, founder Sister Speaks and Heals for Pads initiative. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm Eli, Ellie or Eli. I'm Eli Mwenda, and I'm the founder of the Instamarket 254.
Oh, did I call you?
Ellie. Everyone says Ellie though. It's fine.
Yeah, Eli.
Ellie,
Okay,
Eli.
it's okay. No, stand for your pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell us about your initiative, just individually, and exactly what you're doing to celebrate International Women's Day.
So I'll talk about Sister Speaks. Sister Speaks is the way we are sitting here just talking as sisters.
Yeah.
So it's a platform where we create safe spaces to champion conversations from holistic wellness. You know, if you're going through issues, we talk as sisters and hold each other accountable. But on the other side, we can't forget the girls and women in the village or in the slums. And what connects us is menstrual blood. So we started an initiative called Heals for Pads. We advocate and raise awareness on period poverty. So you can donate your high heels, you can donate your sanitary pads, you can donate money, or you can donate all of them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Instamarket is basically a market that happens once a month.
Yeah.
Basically, we take brands from online, and one day they can come and then vend, and they bring all their licks of fire together, all their audiences, and then it promotes basically business. We've been going for about 8 months. We're on our 11th market. And it was supposed to be one market, but the interest, there's so many young people out there that have got businesses and they don't have the platform or the audience sometimes. So our why is basically giving everyone with a small business a bigger audience.
Right.
And so why we're doing it now with sisters is we're taking that same concept and now just doing it specifically for women.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm going to ask you a question, Eli, since it's a table full of women. For International Women's Day, tell us something that you think is, I don't know, something that wows you about women.
I think especially, I think strength comes from a history of oppression.
Right.
And that's definitely something that women have been facing for a while. So to see generally the progress in the last few years of women taking control of like their narrative and taking control of like themselves in business, economically, especially black women, especially here. I've been here for a year and it's something that I've really seen. Like women with like small businesses just like doing their thing. So I'm always blown away and challenged.
Really?
So I want to ask each of you,
Yeah.
do you have like just name one, an impeccable woman in your life who you want to celebrate like this week?
I will mention two, my grandmother and my mom. They're my rock.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine again is my mother as well, and my sister, who's my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
That's really nice. Okay. So what is one thing that stands out in you?
One thing.
Yes.
I would say I'm an empath. So I feel energies, I feel shifts. It's a bit of, it shakes me up, but I think it's one gift I wouldn't trade for. Yeah.
You know, when I was younger, sorry, continue.
So one thing
that stands out.
For me, I think my work ethic.
Really?
Yeah, my work ethic overall. That's what I've been told, so I'm assuming.
When I was younger, I once asked somebody who I was dating, what do you think my strongest trait is? And they said empathy. And I was so annoyed. I was like, I'm strong, I'm intelligent, you just pick empathy. But like as you get older, being able to understand people's struggle, just understanding someone's shoes from the outside is like, it's a great gift.
It's a special gift.
Yeah, so for International Women's Day, what do you think is something which we could do better as far as how we are standing as women, or maybe on your end, how men can more support the fight for women's rights?
I think just showing up, because sometimes when you see a women's initiative, you think, okay, let them do that. But if you show just your presence, just standing with them, if it's like coming to the market and like supporting the business, if it's just like posting, promoting positive affirmations for women, as a guy you can play a role, because we're not here without you guys. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's essential for us to play that role.
For me, I think women deserve to be heard, and we don't belong on the menu. We belong to the table. So we deserve the seats on the table.
Yeah.
So that's my message. So give us spaces, hear us, listen to us, and Let's
So
rise together.
For Heels for Pads, I want to ask you specifically, like, what prompted that idea, and how many women have you reached so far, or girls?
Okay, so I will, I go back to where it originated. It's my personal story. So I went to a local village primary school, and I'm proud of where I come from. So I remember I couldn't talk to my grandmother or my mom about my periods, but my school equipped me with the knowledge and the products. So when I got my first periods, so I knew what they were and where to get the products. But in 2019, 2020, there are girls who don't know who to approach or where to get the products because, of whatever circumstances or where they come from. So to think that there's a girl who is opting to trade her body for sanitary pads, or not even having a conversation with her mother or someone in the family to listen to her, it's just what inspired us to start Heels for Pads. And we are doing something that has been done before, but we saw the power that comes with technology. So we try to capitalize on digital media, especially social media, to make cool people talk about the uncool topic of periods. So this way we can be able to smash the stigma and the silence around it.
And what is the most touching story you've had from the girls you've reached out to?
There's this one in Madare. It's so sad, like almost sad, like how she explained the situation is that she was using ash and then she was wrapping it with a piece of cloth because it has, the absorbing power so that it can stay longer. And sometimes they have to choose between food, snipping glue, or sanitary pads. So I think that story sticks with me to date, and I cannot imagine that in 2020 a woman or a girl has to do that just because of something as simple as sanitary pads. We don't have a switch to switch off our periods. So I think it's a collective responsibility. If you're able to, provide that basic gift of sanitary products to these girls, I think that will really help them because it comes with the power to be a woman, and it comes with the power of self-esteem and accepting who they are because it restores your dignity.
Right. A question for you, Eli. Now, as there's a lot of unemployment, especially amongst the youths, right? But you said you've been back for a year and you are doing pretty good yourself. So for the people who are out there, maybe somebody struggling to start off their business or to just do something, what do you think you did different to kind of set yourself apart and be able to be where you are?
Okay, I think it's a general rule in business overall, right? I always say that consistency and leverage is the two things I think that are most essential in business. If you find something you're good at or a problem that you can solve with your skills, like capitalize on that, find the leverage where somebody needs that service, be consistent with it, and ultimately people are going to come to you.
Right. And as far as capital or anything, was that something that maybe you had to maybe borrow money or whatever, or how did you set it up?
That's why I say leverage. I did not invest even 1 shilling into Instamarket.
No.
So I just found leverage. People needed to sell their stuff. A venue needs to sell food and drinks, and people want to come buy stuff. So it's just being smart. What do you need? Let me bring it together and charge you guys for it. Yeah.
Guys, 2020, we are getting that bag. I have a question for you. Now, there's an initiative for the government to make sanitary towels free for high school girls. Number one, where are you playing with that, since that's what they're saying they'll do? Number two, it's have you thought of the what is it, the cup?
Menstrual cup.
The menstrual cup, because people just say in theory that that's like the bigger investment because girls can have that for up to 10 years as opposed to sanitary towels that you need so many annually. So how does Heels for Pads work with that?
So we are just 10 months in the game, so we've not been able to plug ourselves with government partnerships.
Right.
But first of all, they've done a good job, and the disrupted flow of the products that are needed would have prevented so many things, especially there's a girl who committed suicide allegedly because she was taunted by her teacher for soiling her dress. So if there were sanitary pads and there was education you know, sensitizing the female teacher or whoever taunted her, we would still have Jacqueline with us.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to be done. Yeah, and we would love to know how we can come together collectively and, you know, private-public partnerships and, you know, try to implement the whole menstrual health thing.
Yeah.
To talk about menstrual cups, they're good,
Yeah.
but we will not introduce these menstrual cups to a girl who is 7 years old.
Right.
First of all, we have to challenge the culture that tells the girls that periods are taboo. Then you're telling, you know, a virgin to insert foreign things in there.
True.
So as much as it's a good thing, it's still, it comes with a lot of sensitization and a lot of education around it. So the uptake is good so far in Kenya, but we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Eli, what prompted you to partner with the Sister Speaks initiative?
So it came about just through friendship. I know one of the founders, and we did an initiative together. They were going to the schools and said, do you want to jump on board? So when they went to schools, I provided like boxes for the guys when they were there. And then from that, I've just been watching them. Social media is amazing. I've been watching them, talking to them about how they're doing it. And I've been learning so much from them, like things like those stories. I had no idea, like the struggles that was there. So that's why the whole idea of Sister Speak is incredible. And so when they came to me saying like, we want to do something with the market, we want to do something with Sisters for International Women's Day, it was just a really easy conversation, just brainstorming, and it was natural. It was very natural. Yeah. So it was just from friendship. That's how it sort of come about.
Yeah.
So how are you guys celebrating like International Women's Day this weekend? Let us know.
Yeah, so we have a market which will have only female vendors. So come on out, celebrate a woman, you know, empower her, shop, you know, interact, and also there will be a panelist of only females who have dared to do it, who have done it before, and there's a lot to take home. So you can head to our social media and learn more about it.
Which is?
And what's your
Which is at Sister Speaks 254 at Heels for Pads, Heels #4 PADS, and www.sisterspeaksglobal.org and at Instamarket 254.
The Instamarket.
The
254,
Instamarket
yeah. And we've got all the
254.
information on the speakers and who's going to be there, the schedules of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Perfect.
wonderful.
Oh, nice.
That is so awesome. But we have to cut you guys off because it is time for game time.